Okay, hello, Mike. Jeff here. How you doing today?
Doing great, Jeff. How you doing?
Good. I'm really glad you took some time here. You've been a client of mine. Gosh, I don't know when did you first come across my stuff?
Late 2000s. I don't know exactly the year. It's been a long time.
So like,
Um,
was it like
yeah,
2009, 2010?
I'm thinking like, what weren't we doing those? And I might have been the 9 or 10. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think 10 is when you came out here when I had a big event out here.
That sounds about right.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you do this? Tell me your first name, last name, where you live, and what you do for a profession.
I'm Mike Strzelecki. I live in Hamilton, Indiana, which is Northeast Indiana. I'm a vice president of sales for a trucking company, and keeps me busy pretty much full time during the day.
You've been there for a long time too, haven't you?
Oh yeah, gonna be 27 years this summer.
Wow.
It's unusual. I'm one of the few that's only had a few jobs in her life.
Are you planning on finishing there and retiring from that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've probably got 5 years to go somewhere in there. If I can continue to lower the pain and keep an income, I'm trying to raise the next crew of people to keep the thing going. And if I can do that, so that I have less and less hassle and do the things I like, then it'll stick around longer. So we'll see
That's
how it
awesome.
goes. Yeah.
Good. Well, so you're just coming out of this 6 week challenge. It's actually been a little bit longer than that, with the swing trading system that I put together. And, I just appreciate you jumping on here. I kind of want to hear from your take, what you think of it. What's your opinion?
What I really like about it is it's great for the majority of assets. Because it's a simple system. As long as you follow the rules, you can have a good amount of your long-term money deployed and only just take a daily look at it every day. And really, when the markets are moving consistent, really just take peeks on the weeks at the end of the week to make sure there's no major changes. And just if you hear there's a big change in the market, then take a look closer. But if I would have liked to have this back a while ago, I probably wouldn't still be working now. I could have put some majority of my money up, instead of trying to trade shorter term and make profits to grow the account sooner. I could have long term growth with the Qs or the SPY, and it looks like a really great program to be moving ahead as I take my funds into retirement and hopefully continue to grow them and continue on.
Do you think, I mean, I love what you said there, because really what I tell everybody is like, if you're doing this more than 15 minutes a day, you're doing a little bit too much, because you don't need to look at it all the time once you put the trade on.
Well, right. And once you're in, and when the markets are in the direction that you're in for, if you're not hearing any major moves in the market, you almost don't have to look till the end of the week to make sure there's no change on your weeklies. So the way you presented it and the system you put together, I really like it. If you really, really want to trade, you'll probably be bored with the system, but for the majority of your money, you should be doing that anyhow.
Yeah.
So this is a great way to get it, one, get you out of trouble if trouble's starting to brew, which it's hard for people to know when that's happening. And the things you teach really, really give you some foresight of what may be coming at us. And when also gives you a good idea of when it's time to get back in or to get out of a market completely.
Yeah. A lot of people I've interviewed were loving the Doppler radar. What do you think about that?
No, that's awesome. Actually, I probably would have made more money since the COVID shutdown. I got out early in that down, but I was reluctant to get back in, not thinking it would take off like it did. I think it would have the Doppler then. I probably would have had a better return since then because I was late to get back into the market when things kept chugging along. I didn't believe it was going to be as big a recovery as what it was.
I'm
And
telling you, every month
the prices shows it.
I was the same way. I'm looking at it just going, oh my gosh, how are we climbing still? And it just kept going. So
No, it didn't make any sense to me, but yet price action negates the rest and told you what we should have been doing. And I was
yeah.
late to believe it and gave up some real, a lot of potential gains.
Yeah, I know. And I plugged along and stayed in until January of 2022, and I switched my hat. But I was the whole time just going, oh, I can't believe this is still going. So one of the promises I made to you and to everybody was like, you would get 10 years of experience in 1 month. Do you feel like I delivered upon that promise? Do you?
Yeah, you made us do the homework. You did the homework. You went back and learned an awful lot by going back and watching how the trade would actually perform day by day, and getting when to get in, when to get out, and then going back again and doing it again over with the option portion. And so we got a lot of experience, and you really watch price action over a condensed time frame, which I think helps a lot of people realize, how it's going to respond at certain areas and certain places.
Did you like having to record it? Did you like that electronic training journal I had made?
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, it helps prove. It really helps prove the system's going to perform for you.
Yeah.
Using the think back, if you don't log it like the way you showed us how, you don't really know how well it's going to perform. You can see that it's actually working, but it's really surprising how well it does perform, and then and it can grow for you.
It's awesome. And then what else I want to ask you? How your results been? Do you make any money during? I mean, I hate talking about that stuff because I'm not one of those people that push the greed gland, but you made any money?
Yeah, you gave us a couple of shorter term trades, and on the first one, I actually made back the cost of the tuition, and the second one, I'm up a fair amount again, and then I'm still in the longer term one right now, and on the 90 delta Qs. So hopefully, up what I'm trying to say, but about 45% on the first one, and I think I'm at about a 40% up right now on the second big one.
Fantastic.
And as right now, we're still in. So
good.
And actually, I'm more excited about when we get a true trend here to get back in long term with bigger amounts of money and just ride it to either, if it keeps down, hopefully not, but if it does, we'll know what to do. But if it gets back into a bull market, then I'll hopefully be able to ride it better than I have in the past.
Yeah, I definitely think you will. All right, Mike, one final question for you before I let you go here today. People are super skeptical, and they should be, because there's a lot of people out there that promise a lot of different things. But what would you tell someone who's looking at this right now and they're kind of on the fence, maybe a little skeptical? What would you tell that person?
That Jeff he's a great teacher. He'll make sure that you really know what he's teaching. He'll make sure that you know how to do it and perform, but he always over delivers. Whatever he promises in the marketing material, we always get way more results than what he promises. And markets are markets, but he'll do his best also to make sure that if he's got a trade, that if you follow his rules, that you should be able to do well on it. There's nothing guaranteed, but he always over delivers on all his promises and make sure that you learned everything that's available to you. So I know he's done a great job for me.
Fantastic. Mike, like always, I appreciate you, man. It's so good to see you again. I missed you all those years. It's good to see you
it's been
again.
Too far in between. This has been a great program, and hopefully we can continue.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot, my friend. I appreciate that.
Good thing, Jeff. Take care now.